It's a remarkable role model, not only for the children at Mercy Home, but for those of us who are lucky enough to have been around him.
It's kind of like Elvis has come into the building. I mean, everybody wants to meet Father Close.
He was so kind and gentle and so giving.
In 1973, a young parish priest arrived at the Mercy Home for Boys. It was a job he did not want. He was forced to take it by the Archbishop of Chicago, John Cardinal Cody. 37-year-old Jim Close had never run a child care institution.
When I got to Mercy, this small building here on Jackson Boulevard, I looked at it and I thought, this is going to be a very different experience, and I don't know if I'm up to it.
But he was willing to learn. He traveled the country, seeking experts and visiting other homes for orphans and abused and neglected kids.
He came back to Mercy with that knowledge. He assembled a staff of child care professionals to start implementing what he had found.
And those child care professionals included therapists and counselors. Since 1887, Mercy Home had done well providing the basics, food and shelter for boys who had nowhere else to live. But Father Close came to understand damaged children in the modern era needed so much more.
They've been more abused. They come from families that are more fractured, and so they need a higher and different level of care.
Boys certainly were not the only ones who needed that care. In 1987, Father Close opened a girls' campus in Chicago's Beverly community.
When the Lord talks about let us gather the little children around me, the Lord didn't gather all boys, he gathered girls and boys.
All the love and care that he had put into the boys' home was able to flow over into the girls' home, made a huge impact.
Now named the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls, its job was bigger than ever, and it required a lot more money. Father Close went back to school and got an MBA from Notre Dame. He wanted to do right for his kids and for the generous donors who made it all possible.
I think Father Close realized early on it's got to be more than just taking care of kids, but he has to build a business that's going to be successful so he can take care of kids.
And he decided early on that private donors should support the home, not government money.
He knew, too, that relying on government funding would never be in the best interest of Mercy Home or its children. So as a result, we are now almost 100% privately funded.
Donors trusted Father Close, and he spent their money wisely. Mercy and its programs expanded, caring for more children than ever before. But Mercy is so much more than buildings and programs. Father Close created a real home of warmth, guidance, and stability. And Father Close was willing to be a real father. Johnny O'Donnell lived in 17 foster homes before he came to Mercy. In high school, he held a part-time job, struggling to pay his tuition.
Right after school, I would go downtown and work about 6 hours a day. And I'd try to fit in my homework after 9 o'clock on the buses, usually. And then I'd have to do it all over again and come in, in the morning to school and try to struggle through that day and then try to figure out where my next, payment was going to come from.
Father Close told Johnny Mercy would pay his tuition and Johnny would have a new dad.
This is the only place I've ever been to that I could truly call my home. They made you feel like you were a part of something.
Eddie Gamble once lived on the streets, sleeping on L trains. After living at Mercy and graduating from college, Eddie had a conversation with Father Close.
I went to his office. I asked him, I said, I met the woman I wanted to marry, which is a conversation you have with your father figure. And I was like, and I want to get married here if that's possible.
Father Close performed the ceremony. It was typical of a man who maintained close relationships with his kids long after they left the home and had kids of their own.
Father has married them, Father has baptized them, Father has buried family members. He has been a great priest and pastor and truly a father to the young people of Mercy Home.
The list is endless. Children who grew up to become contributing members of society, thanks to the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls, and thanks to a remarkable man of enormous vision, intellect, and generosity.
We could personally credit him with making Chicago a better place, because what he's done with Mercy Home has affected the entire community.
I would thank Father Close for the significant difference he's made in the lives of thousands of children and in my life.
Thank you, Father Close, for everything you've done for me. And you were just such a major, major impact in my life. And I couldn't have possibly made it without you or your home. And I thank you for that.